Pop quiz number 20. The client with a history of diabetes insipidus is admitted with polyuria, polydipsia, and mental confusion. The priority intervention for the client is A, measure urine output, B, check vital signs, C, encourage increased fluid intake, or D, weigh the client. And guys, the correct answer is B, check the vital signs. The first step of ADPI is what? Assessment. Let me tell you something. When you get a test question, the only time you skip the A in ADPI, which is assessment, is when you've been given enough information in the question that lets you know you've already assessed your patient. Then you move on. But if you don't get that, you start at the beginning. You start at assessment. So with that being said, we're going to get rid of C. Encourage increased fluid intake. We're not going to do that if we haven't assessed the patient yet. We don't know what's going on. So we're at A, B, and D. Look at A. Measure urinary output. In the question, they tell us this patient has polyuria. They're urinating a whole lot. Why is measuring that urine output going to be our first priority when we already know they have polyuria? So let's get rid of that. That leaves us between B and D, checking the vital signs and weighing the client. Whenever you're between two questions, always say to yourself, which one is going to save my patient's life the fastest, or which one is going to give me the information I need to do my next intervention? If you weigh the client's heavy, or the client doesn't weigh that much, what is that going to tell you as your next intervention? Absolutely nothing. But when you take that vitals, if the blood pressure is low, you know what nursing interventions you can do for low blood pressure versus hypertension, versus tachycardia, versus bradycardia, and the list goes on. So whenever you're stuck between two, always ask yourself what's going to keep your patient alive the longest, or what's going to give you the most information for your next intervention for that patient.